What do you say we rev it up a little bit? Ah, yes, the familiar song and dance known as Crunch Time, where Coach and I like to pick 10 or more games, depending on how things are going from the NFL and from college. And boy, last week, my friend, neither of us did well 2 weeks ago, but you had a particularly abysmal week going 1-9. I have lengthened my lead. And you know what's great about this is you're going to be giving somebody some gambling advice a little bit later. However, are you ready, Coach?
Yeah, looking forward. I just want to say this, though. Pick of the week's been solid. So I save all my good picks for the pick of the week. But that being said, Iceman, let's fire it up.
All right, we're going to start. Number 7, Penn State traveling to number 3, Ohio State, a Big Ten matchup that's going to help us figure out who is going to be the cream of the crop in the Big Ten. Ohio State is a 4-point favorite at home. I know Penn State looked really good against UMass. I think the Ohio State defense is too suffocating, so give me the Buckeyes.
Yeah, Iceman, I'm with you. I just think Ohio State's too good. I'm not quite a buyer of Penn State yet. I could see this game being close, but I will take the Buckeyes -4.
I like this one. Number 22, Air Force, traveling to Navy. Air Force, after a big win against my Wyoming Cowboys, is an 11-point favorite on the road against the midshipmen. Here's the thing. The midshipmen aren't any good, but this is about military pride right now. I just think, though, that Air Force is going to run for 100 more yards than Navy, where they combined for 700 rushing yards, so give me the Falcons with the 11.
Yeah, when you get the service academies together, you can throw the records out the window. The only thing that I can see happening to Air Force in this game is Navy just shortening the game with their running game, right? But that being said, I'm with you, buddy. Give me Air Force. I'll lay the 11.
The Washington State Cougars travel to Eugene, Oregon to face number 9 Oregon Ducks, coming off of a big loss against the Washington Huskies. Oregon is a 20-point favorite at home. I think they are thirsty for a big win after that loss. Washington State, some of the luster has kind of been knocked off of them, so give me the Ducks with that 20.
So there's a lot of familiarity when I look at this game, man. Like, lost at the last second for Oregon. It kind of reminds me of the Notre Dame-Ohio State situation. Notre Dame came out the next week. You could tell they were just mentally and emotionally exhausted. Barely snuck by Duke. A good Duke team, but barely got by. I think we're going to see something similar. Oregon wins, but the Cougs are going to make it close. I'm going to take the Cougs and the points.
And this one, going under the radar, number 17, Tennessee, traveling to Tuscaloosa for the under-the-radar number 11 Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama is a 9.5-point favorite at home. The Volunteers have looked a little bit shaky at times, but they seem to be bringing things up. Nick Saban and crew just continue to win. I think this is going to be a close game, though, so give me the Volunteers with the 9.5.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm shocked this is a 9.5-point spread. I mean, Alabama's been taking care of business, but I don't think they've been overly impressive. Tennessee has a lot to play for. Both teams do, but that being said, give me the Volunteers plus 9.5.
Number 16, Duke, traveling to Tallahassee to face number 4, Florida State. Florida State is a 14-point favorite at home. I'm not sure if Riley Leonard is going to play. I don't think that he is. I feel like Florida State has been very dominant. If Duke does not have one of their best players, I don't think they have a shot, so give me Florida State big.
Yeah, missing Riley Leonard would be a problem, but they didn't have him last week, and they played okay. So I tell you what, man, we're going to have to pick opposite here, so give me the Dukies plus 14.
And in a big Pac-12 matchup, number 14, Utah, at number 18, USC, coming off that big loss in Notre Dame. USC is a 7-point favorite here. I'm not sure if Cam Rising is going to play, but Utah just keeps on racking up those wins. I feel like USC's defense is really, really bad. I like Utah to upset the old Trojans here.
How about this, man? The higher-ranked team is an underdog on the road, a 7-point underdog on the road. I find that interesting. I tell you what, Caleb Williams has a lot to prove to kind of shake the stink off from last week, and I think he's going to get it done. It's going to be a shootout, but I tell you what, it might be 70-63, but give me the Trojans -7.
Switching to the NFL, MCDC and the Detroit Lions. The 5-1 Detroit Lions travel to my neck of the woods and face the Baltimore Ravens on the road. The Ravens are 3-point favorites at home somehow. The Ravens haven't really looked all that great this year. They've been kind of up and down. The Lions are a really, really great story. I just feel like the Lions are playing really good football, and MCDC has the boys rolling, so give me the Lions.
Yeah, easy. Lions +3.
The Los Angeles Chargers, coming off of that horrific loss to the Dallas Cowboys at home, travel to Kansas City to face the Kansas City Chiefs and Taylor Swift. The Chiefs are 5.5-point favorites at home. The Chiefs have been continuing to win, but they haven't done it with a lot of style unless they've been playing a bad team. The Chargers, though, they can't get it done. However, I do think that the Chargers are going to keep it close, but I think the Chiefs are going to take it by 7.
Yeah, so the Chargers are like the most almost good team that I've ever seen. They've been in every game they've played this year. They have not lost a game by more than 3 points, and that's why I'm going to take the Chargers to cover the 5.5.
The Miami Dolphins traveling to Philadelphia to face Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. This is easily the game of the week this week. The Eagles are 1.5-point favorites at home. Tua and the Dolphins have looked amazing except for that one game. The Eagles are coming off a loss to the lowly New York Jets. They have not looked all that great at times. I feel like the Dolphins are going to come in here and put a spanking on them, but I'm going to say that the Dolphins are going to take it.
So I think the Eagles are in wounded animal mode, right? Kind of similar to USC. They're going to come out with something to prove, a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. So fly, Eagles, fly to -1.5.
And last, Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers, with or without Christian McCaffrey, travel to Minnesota to face Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. The 49ers are 7-point favorites on the road. The Vikings have kind of put a few things together. Kirk Cousins says he's going to be in Minnesota all season long. I think that the 49ers are really, really good, but this feels like one of those games coming off losing to the Browns that it's going to be a close game. So give me the Vikings to keep it close.
Yeah, I'm with you. The Vikings are going to have to put some wins together if they want to stand any chance to stay in the playoff picture at all. The 49ers are playing their second road game, long ways away from home. It wouldn't surprise me if they didn't even return to the Bay Area this week and are staying on the road. And for that reason, I'm going to take the Vikings +7.
All right, my man, that is our 10 games right there. There's a lot of good action coming up on this particular weekend, and I'm always thrilled to do Crunch Time. And we did not have a good week last week, and it's okay. These things happen. We're not perfect, but 1-9 kind of shocked me, but we got absolutely killed by college last week. I'm not really sure what happened. You and I just did not, we weren't able to put it together last week. I'm not really sure, but hey, there is always another week, and I think one of us will have a good week this week.
Well, that's why we are doing this. Not that we're much better at this than we are at picking games, but if we could pick games with any reasonable success, especially against a spread like we're doing, we would probably be making a lot of money betting on games. So that is not the case.